welcome here to more Talk FCB, and welcome to the final build-up video ahead of Barcelona against Bayern Munich. We've done the match preview, we've done the tactical preview, we've had key battles, we've had expectations, and we've had reasons to believe ahead of this game. But right here and now, it's time to cross over to Lisbon, because the players arrived in Portugal this afternoon. They went the short trip over there from Spain, and they are now ready to take on this mighty occasion, this mighty clash. And we're going to be hearing from Quique Setien and Arturo Vidal, the former Bayern man, ahead of what is the biggest game of our season. But just before we do move on to those quotes, I do have to bring you yet another quote here from Bayern's chairman. This guy, he can't stop talking. He does not stop talking and piling on the pressure of his own players. Because look what he said here this morning about the Alphonso Davies against Lionel Messi battle. He said if Messi plays on his side, Alphonso will take care of him. Alphonso hasn't been outpaced or dribbled past often this season. And what are you doing? What are you doing there? Because honestly, that's the polar opposite of what Alphonso Davies said earlier on in the day. He was very, very respectful there. In an interview with UEFA about Lionel Messi, he said Messi was his favourite player, his idol. He was looking forward to taking to the field against him, and just so much respect there. But when it comes to the Bayern hierarchy, when it comes there to the ex-Bayern players, it just seems as though they're intent on piling all of this pressure on their own players. It's a strange approach. And of course, as Arturo Vidal sat down there in front of the media, it did not take them long to ask him there what he thought about the quotes that was coming out of Germany and from the people associated with Bayern. Basically, had he heard what was being said? Because some people have been thinking, will the players even know that all this stuff is being said? But they definitely do. Vidal said, I've heard what's been said. He said, I try not to pay too much attention to all that stuff. He said, I do know a lot of people from my time at Bayern. He said that won't be coming from the players. He said obviously they'll be confident, but tomorrow they'll play against Barcelona, the best team in the world. Vidal was also then asked directly about the Lewandowski-Messi comparison there, with many people, as we said there in the match preview, associated with Bayern coming out and saying Lewandowski is better than Messi right now. But Vidal, he didn't want to go down that road. He said, I played with Lewandowski for several years. He said he's extraordinary. To compare Lewandowski, though, with Messi, that's difficult. He said, although Lewandowski is incredible and he's one of the best in the world, it's difficult that you should compare him to Leo Messi. He was then asked, of course, how are you feeling ahead of such a big game? What are the expectations? What's the confidence like right now within the camp? He said, this is one of the biggest games of our season. He said, although Bayern have had an incredible season, they've won the league, they've won the cup, they've looked very, very good. But he said again, look, we're Barcelona. We are the best team in the world. He kept saying that. He said, look, we are confident. And it was actually picked up there by the journalist who actually said to Vidal, you keep saying that Barcelona are the best team in the world, but look, you didn't win La Liga. He said Bayern have won the Bundesliga, they've won the cup. Going into this game, do you really feel as though you are the best? And Vidal said, yeah. He said, I know some people are not going to be confident, but he said, I keep saying it because although we didn't win La Liga, we still have the talent. We have the fight in us. We have the players to make it possible. He said, if we can connect with each other, we can beat anyone. That's why I keep saying we're the best team in the world. And as we cross over to the words of Quique Setien, it was a very similar story. He too was asked there about the statements that have been coming out from the German media surrounding Messi, Lewandowski, all of that stuff. And Setien came straight back and said it's one thing about what's said and what people may believe. He said it's another thing, though, about what happens out there on the pitch. And he was then asked directly about that Lewandowski-Messi comparison, and Setien was absolutely clear. He said Lewandowski is an incredible player, but I think it's very, very clear that he's not at the unbelievable level that Leo is. He said there's no denying Lewandowski is in a great moment, though, but he said Messi is too. We all saw what he did against Napoli, and he's going to be key, of course, in this game. Setien was also asked, of course, about the inclusion of Ousmane Dembele, about the fact that may boost the morale in the camp, and also about whether he could feature in the game tomorrow. And it was positive signs there from Setién. He said, we've worked really, really well as a group, as a team, Dembele too, after the win against Napoli. And he said, I think everybody is so happy to see Dembele back with the team. And he said, of course, he's in the squad. He is ready to play. He said, we do have to remember, though, that he hasn't played a game for nearly a whole year now, so we have to be careful. He may only play some minutes, but if we feel the moment is right, he can play. Of course, as well, Setién was asked there about the strength of Bayern, how Barcelona are planning to face them, the sort of strategy that we're going to go with, and exactly how we feel coming up against a team who do have so many areas of quality. Setién said it's true that Bayern are a very strong team. He said we're all aware of that, of course we are. But he also said we are who we are. He said that's the reality. It is going to be a close match, but we will be confident. He was then asked as well, have you thought about playing an extra midfielder? We spoke about that a lot in the tactical preview, the fact that we could sacrifice a forward to actually put one more player in the midfield area. And Setién did say, he said, we thought a lot about formations. He said it's true that when you look at Bayern, particularly, he emphasised there the speed that Bayern has. He said they can get at us. They are going to have a lot of outlets there right throughout their team, especially when they have the ball. And Setién said, at stages during the game, we're going to have no choice but to defend, because Bayern do have the tools to hurt any team. But he said as well, we want the ball. We want to hurt them too. And when the chances come, he said we've got to take them. And I did think today it was very interesting, both with Vidal and particularly there with Setién. I thought, number one, the press conference much shorter than it would usually be. I don't think Setién there elaborated on too much, and I didn't feel as though it was because he wanted to keep everything very close to his chest, very secretive. But I just feel as though here, Barcelona have played all of the media, all of the build-up, absolutely perfectly. Because like I said at the start there, we've heard Bayern coming out, people surrounding their club, talking, ramping up that pressure. Whereas with Barcelona, we've hardly said a thing. Of course Vidal is confident, of course Setién is confident, and that's fine. I'm not saying that teams can't be confident, because of course you want to be coming into this game. But there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. You can do that there without going overboard, and I think we've done that. We didn't give Bayern, in this press conference, in any of the media build-up that we've had to this game, we haven't given them any ammunition, any motivation whatsoever, whereas them to us, I think they've given us so much. I think the players, quite clearly, have seen the statements. They've been talking about them. That would have only helped to really motivate them ahead of this game. And if there's one thing in our game that you look at over the past few years, it is that motivation. That's the one thing at times this team have lacked, that fight in them, that ability to go out there and just leave it all out there. Now, clearly, they're fired up. I thank Bayern for that. And I hope now we could turn that into something very special. And that there, guys, does bring us to an end in all of the build-up surrounding Barcelona against Bayern Munich. I thank every single one of you here who have tuned in to watch the videos, to get involved there in the comments. Your positivity has been absolutely incredible. And of course, going into the game, we are all hoping for something what would be unbelievable. If we could get through this game, if somehow we could find our way to win, it would be amazing. I would absolutely love that. But of course, all we ask at the end of the day, win or lose, just give us everything. Just go out there, make us proud in your performance, and at the end of the day, that's all we ask for. I will see you soon, guys. Tomorrow, coming up, an hour before the game, it's the lineup reaction. We can't wait. We are ready. Come on now, let's get to it. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.